Hey guys, so today I wanted to share my banana cream pie recipe with you, and it's all from scratch, so you know everything that's going into it. So first you start off by making the simple pie crust, and it's actually in my pizza recipe too, like the 5-minute pizza crust. It's the same thing, except for it's half that recipe, so if you want more in detail how to make it, just go check that out. So you want to start by adding a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of oil. I just used vegetable oil, half a cup of water, and then you add 1 cup of flour and keep adding more flour to it until it forms a dough. So this is just a quick video of it, but yeah, obviously you form a dough and then roll it out. So you need to poke holes into your crust to make sure that it won't puff up everywhere. Otherwise it will because of the baking powder. Then put it into a pie pan and bake it for 15 to 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Just check on it. So while that's baking, you can start on your pudding. So you want half a cup of flour. Just add that to a pot. Half a cup of sugar. Just add that in there too. Half a teaspoon of cornstarch. The cornstarch just thickens it. That way, like, your pudding will thicken, like, when it cools off. And then just mix that all together before you add anything else. Make sure your dry ingredients are all good. And then in a measuring cup, boil some water, and then you want 1 cup of boiling water. So once you have that, turn your stove onto high, and then put the pot on and dump in the boiling water and stir it really, really fast. You don't want to let it sit at all. Just keep stirring the whole entire time. And it'll happen really fast, but you just want to leave it on the stove until it starts to bubble. So once it bubbled, just take it off the stove and add in 2 tablespoons of vanilla and just stir it again. And it'll look pretty runny right now, but it's really hot still, so just dump it onto your pie crust and it'll thicken. So then you want to cut up a banana, just cut it into like pretty thin slices, just enough, it'll be enough to cover a circular pie plate thing. And here I have the pudding in there already. I dumped it in, and then just add in all your bananas. And it should look something like that. So then next, let the pudding cool, and you want it completely cooled off, like it shouldn't be warm at all or it'll melt your whipped cream. So I waited overnight, but you can also just wait like a few hours or whatever, as long as it's completely cooled off. So now for the vegan whipped cream, you'll need 1 can of full fat coconut milk, and you'll know if it's full fat if you shake it and you can't hear it moving. So you want to add that to your blender. Just scoop out the thick stuff and then dump in 3 tablespoons of the liquid that's in the can. Add 2 tablespoons of vanilla and a 1/4 cup of icing sugar. Then you just want to put your blender on and blend it up. You'll hear it make a different sound, so like it'll make a noise, and then once it's done, it'll make a different noise. Like, it sounds weird, but yeah. Anyway, just whip that up, and you can also see by like how thick it is, and then pour it onto your pie. So I forgot to do it this time, but usually I cut up the pie before I add the whipped cream, just because it's easier to serve that way. It's easier to cut it up before you add the whipped cream, as long as the pudding is cooled. So this is one of my favorite recipes before I went vegan, and I had to make it vegan because I just love this pie, and it literally tastes like the exact same as the non-vegan kind. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I really hope you guys like it. I don't like many pies, but yeah, this is definitely my favorite, and I hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!